morning. My name is Jobouy. Most of you know me, so there is no need of much introduction, I guess. Question: how many of you like English grammar class? This is going to be like an English grammar class or language grammar class. So I will try my best to keep you awake. Please try your best to stay with me. Thank you. Let's talk about knowledge. Knowledge is power. Most of us hold that power from knowledge or through knowledge or using knowledge. Now we are going to study a bit about knowledge. So what would you call? You earn some knowledge about knowledge. Maybe you get more power or superpower, extra power. You could name the power you gain by gaining more knowledge about knowledge. This is my favorite quote. Many of the people in the group is laughing because they know that. If you wish to converse with me, define your terms. So in this conversation of the language class, we would define few terms, and that is the main job here. But stay with me, I will finish all the definitions in 3 minutes or less. For the moment, let's go with the definition as a working definition. Knowledge is an understanding of a subject. Just to begin with, we cannot converse at all if we don't have any definition. So let's use this definition for the time being. Knowledge is an understanding of a subject, just for easy. There are many types of knowledge. I will rush through this page because the details of this types of classification of knowledge is not much relevant to the point I'm trying to make. So, factual knowledge, where it says, you know some details. You know about a thing, a person, that's factual. You know a fact. Procedural knowledge, it means you can do something. You are able to do a task, swimming, cycling, or whatever activity you want to do. That kind of knowledge is called procedural knowledge. Conceptual knowledge is principles, theories, like you multiply two numbers. So that's conceptual knowledge in that category. Metacognitive knowledge is basically about the strategy of reflecting about things. Basically, it's a mind process usually, or loud thinking. Explicit knowledge. This is where the knowledge is documented and transmitted, or shared, or stored, like directives or procedures where it is written clearly what to do, what not to do. You know that directive is called procedural knowledge. Implicit knowledge is the knowledge gained through real life activities. Activities sometimes gained unknowingly, and like walking, eating, all those knowledge you gain that without putting any purposeful effort. Those knowledge are in the category of implicit knowledge. Almost there. A priori knowledge that is gained independently of any experience or by logic or thought, experiments, etc. Example, every mother had a child. That is a priori knowledge. Mathematics is basically falling into that category, those types of knowledge. A posteriori knowledge is knowledge that is derived from experience or evidence. Example, the sun is warm, water is wet, snow is cold, somebody is angry, all those things. Propositional knowledge is the expression of a judgment or opinion stating something is correct or not correct. For the rest of the discussion, you are dealing with only this group of knowledge. The previous classifications, we can forget that it was brought up just for the understanding that what of classification. There are many other classifications. If you Google it, you'll find a lot of classifications apart from what I gave. I brought them to make the point that knowledge could be classified into different groups based on its nature. And today's discussion is focused on propositional knowledge only, and the other classifications are not relevant for the rest of the conversation. It can be kept as a knowledge anyway. Propositional knowledge is the understanding or belief that some proposition is true or not true. This is where we define knowledge for today's purpose. A proposition is a statement of or assertion that expresses a judgment, opinion of which a truth value can be assigned or ascertained. What does that mean? You make an assertion, one could actually say it is true or not true. If you make a statement and the statement can be has the nature so that a truth value can be ascertained, that means one could say it is true or not true. Examples. It is raining outside. True or not true? Not true. Thank you. Just interact so that I don't get sleep. Okay. The sun rises in the east. True or not true? It appears sun rises in the east, but it doesn't. Okay. Biden is the president. Okay. Biden is the president. True or not true? Okay. Yeah, depends on how you deal with the 2020 election results. Okay. The sky is blue. How was that? True or not true? It appears. Very good. So, it's not boring. So, we go to define another chain. It's called belief. Belief, for this conversation, is the acceptance of a proposition as either true or not true. So, in the case of sunrise in the east, we did not make any position, so we did not actually believe that proposition. Correct? Neither as true nor as not true. The sun rises in the east proposition was not judged as true or not true because it was found that it appears, so it cannot be used as a proposition. So it was a faulty proposition. One had to say, it appears that sun rises in the east. Then it can be given a truth value, true or false. That example was framed to make that point. So belief is the acceptance of a proposition as either true or not true. Now imagine there are n number of truths out there. Some of those truths you know, some of them you do not know. Imagine that you are able to, or imagine that all truths or beliefs, I'm confused, all the beliefs are in one place. You can collect them into one bucket. Just imagine you are able to put all the beliefs out there that you hold, true or not true, accumulate them. Imagine that you are accumulating into one big container. There are other other names to express the term belief. These are, credence or trust or understanding. There are different ways of expressing the term true, but term belief. But the belief, what we are talking here, is this one. That is, the acceptance of a proposition as true or not true. Now, we need to deal with the truth because we already know the belief situation. Truth is the quality or state of being in accordance with fact or reality. It is true when it is fact, or it's name of word games, but at the end of the day, it is real. If it is in accordance with reality, then it's considered true. Then now you have to define reality. Reality is a state of things as they exist around us or in the world, in the university, wherever it is. As they exist, that's the reality. Okay. Earlier we put all the beliefs in a bucket. Now, there are truths out there. Some of them you know, some of them you don't know. But imagine that you accumulate all of them in this container. So, in the first container, what did we have? Beliefs. Good. Now we have truth. How many containers we have now? 2. Very good. I was only pointing. Okay, these are the other names for truth that could be a little confusing, but those can be used. Now, we are trying to combine both the containers into a combination, a mix. If you put them together, and anything that falls in both the containers, that is, it is truth and it is believed. It is truth when it is in consistency with reality. It is believed when you accept it as a true or not true proposition. Those are actually knowledge in the realm of propositional knowledge. I have to apologize because I stole this from philosophy. Unlike Professor C. Ravichandran here, he has a master's in philosophy from accredited university. I have something from the University of Google. Okay, so please, this portion was stolen. That's it. The rest is known to him, not me. So we got knowledge. So are we clear what is knowledge? Very clear, because we can't proceed if we are not clear. Any doubts, any questions need to be clarified now? No, okay. So now we get to define knowledge again. Initially we defined for our condition knowledge is understanding of our certain things. Now we go to the real definition. Knowledge is a subset of truth and belief. It has to be true and it has to be believed, then it is considered knowledge. So this is the best definition I could find in Google about knowledge. Actually, everything before this was reverse engineered because I did not understand this statement. So until this point, I started my research in Google from this statement, this definition of knowledge. I did not understand anything. Why are two debaters, one atheist and one believer, they agree on this definition? I was surprised. Why they agree on the same on single definition which I don't understand at all? So I thought, okay, let's elaborate, and then this is how I figured out. This is what I figured out. We can have another definition with for knowledge. It could be called knowledge is true belief. True and belief. It's not. Okay. True and knowledge. We could actually add one more qualification, that is verified. You could verify something to make sure it is. It is what? You verify it to find out the truth. So we could do varieties of verification to figure out whether the thing you consider as true is true or not. So how do we do that? How is truth verified? You use something commonly known as evidence. Evidence is the tool used to verify the proposition whether it is true or not. There are tons of evidences that can be used you could see even I am coming, So I'm not going to define each one. Most of them you know. Some of them could be used standalone as an evidence to just qualify the truth. Some of them need to be in combination with other evidences to support or corroborate to make the assertion true or not, to make a decision whether it is true or not. So those are good evidences that you can use. There are also other evidences which people by mistake use to ascertain truth. But if you use them, then you believe that is true, but it won't be because you used bad evidence. So this is the only tool available to verify truth. I don't want to elaborate here because I just want to keep the thought process. Now we come to the famous God proposition. There is a God. Can it be a proposition? Can it be considered as a proposition? Yes. Yes, please. Okay. Because a truth value can be assigned to it, either as true or not true. In this area, there are different positions people hold about the truth value of God proposition. Some people believe that there is a God or there are gods. And you know who that is. A lot of people around us, a majority of people around us do believe there's a God. And this is a classic definition we use. Atheist, basically those who doesn't accept the proposition as true. Those are atheists. They're basically the opposite. Agnostic, it doesn't fall in this category because the first two are belief positions. Then agnostic is basically about knowledge position. Whether person knows. The opposite of agnostic is gnostic. If you hold knowledge, you possess knowledge about something, then the person could be considered gnostic. So here I dropped that one because basically the theists consider themselves to be gnostic about God with faulty evidence. These are the last three definitions. No more definitions. End of story. Okay. Now let's test the theory of the theist or the believer. Out of these three, what does he hold? Belief? Perfect. Class passed. So the believer holds belief. What is the situation of the truth that he is holding about the God proposition? Anyone? Yeah. He has bad information. So what he's holding is not true. So what is his condition about knowledge? Actually, does the believer possess any knowledge there? Because the item which he considers true is not true. Therefore, doesn't possess any knowledge, correct? And what did we define? A person who doesn't possess any knowledge before? Anybody? A person who doesn't possess any knowledge. Agnostic, yes, thank you. So, actually, a believer in reality is agnostic, as he doesn't possess it. In reality, the believer won't agree, but in reality, he is an agnostic person because he doesn't possess knowledge based on the philosophical definition of knowledge, which is a combination of truth and belief. He has the belief, but he doesn't have truth. He thinks he has, but he doesn't have, because he has not used any evidence to test it, verify it. Let's check the situation of the agnostic. Who is agnostic? The one who doesn't possess knowledge. He already declared that I don't, right? So, what is his condition about knowledge? He already declared, I don't have any knowledge. So, what is his condition about the truth of the proposition? Which proposition are we talking about? The God proposition, correct? Okay. So, what is his truth situation? Like everybody else. So, if that's the case, can he believe? Can he believe? Can't. He cannot believe. What was the definition of the person who doesn't believe? Who was it? Atheist. Okay. Class. Pass again. Okay. So, practically, agnostic, and for all the concept here, he's an atheist. And a believer, for all the knowledge he doesn't possess, he is agnostic. Thank you very much. Did I kill the time? 5 minutes more. Okay.